Hello, my name is Max Putnam. In this video, I hope to illustrate the problem of the education injustice we have in Memphis, and how I think that the funds we get as a whole should better be evenly distributed so that every child is guaranteed the same educational opportunity. I had the opportunity to interview two teachers, one who teaches with Bartlett City Schools and one who teaches with Shelby County. I hope you will see the difference in their responses. The first question I asked is, what is the biggest struggle you face as a teacher?
To teach. No, I'm just kidding. No, I think the biggest struggle I face as a teacher is really just figuring out a good way to balance stuff at home and stuff at work. Just because even though the school hours are from 6:45 to 2:15, for teachers at least, I sometimes it's hard to determine when to be quote unquote off. And then sometimes I take too much time off, and then I feel the stretch to get things done. So I think just figuring that out.
With middle school students, my biggest struggle is getting the students motivated. At the high school, my biggest struggle is being able to work with the teachers.
This next question I asked, I think, really encompasses the major problem we have with the education injustice in Memphis. And that question is, we live in a world where two people with the same intellect, one living in South Memphis and one living in Bartlett, have an equal education. And I asked, what do you think about that? Here are their responses.
I don't think there's just a one-size-fits-all solution to something like that. But I think that there are a lot of factors at play that I think Shelby County, with good intentions, tries to get students to, or they have different strategies to get students to come to school or to increase their graduation rate. But I think some of those strategies will also hinder students like learning abilities, like for example grade floors. So a lot of school districts institute what's called a grade floor. In other words, like even if you don't turn in an assignment, you're given a bare minimum grade. And I think what that does is when you lower the standards for a student, they're going to meet the standards that you set. So if you set high standards for your students, 95% of them, whether initially or in the long run, will eventually meet those expectations.
In South Memphis, teaching is more difficult because there are significantly more discipline problems, and teachers often get paid less because of testing, like bonuses for testing and stuff. Kids are going to have lower scores. So it's more difficult to get the more effective teachers down there because they're able to teach in better schools where their job is easier. So that to me is the biggest problem, that we can't get good teachers down there because we pay them exactly the same as the teachers here that have an easier job.
As I close, I want to say that education is a problem here in Memphis simply because it leaves people behind. I believe that we can fix it by dispersing the funds for teachers, for the schools, more evenly. Thank you.